So the scene starts with Rita Repulsa attempting to body Zordon. Now Zordon is not going out alone. Bro has already lost his entire team. He has nothing left to lose. So he calls in an airstrike that claps to both of them. Now we got Jason and his friend still in the cow. And don't ask me why, because I do not know. I would say it's a dumb teenager thing, but I've never done anything like this as a team. Now somehow the police spawn in like this is a GTA lobby. So Jason and his friend hit the jets. After calling Lester and losing the police, Jason and his friend thinks they're good to go. But then someone pulls out of their driveway and causes the two of them to get into one of the craziest accidents. Now 3 weeks go by and we see that Jason has ruined his career. Not only does bro have a bad leg, but now he's on house arrest. Then on top of that, he has detention every Saturday for the rest of the year. Bro really went from being the #1 player in his city to ruining his career in one night. Not gonna lie, that's that hurt. So we get to detention and see Billy getting bullied. The bully starts breaking Billy's pencils and Jason's had enough. He steps in pushing the bully, weave, and slapping the piss out of bro. Had him asking, did you just slap me? Not gonna lie, Jason would have caught the meanest right hook. Like, you gonna slap me in front of my friends? Detention finally ends and we see Billy thanking Jason. He invites Jason to hang out, but bro is not feeling it. He really hit that.
No, you nigga.
Jason tells bro that he's on house arrest and Billy's like, don't worry bro, I got you. He tells him that he knows how to turn the ankle monitor off and to meet him after school. Later, Jason pulls up to Billy's house to take control of the ankle monitor. Then after that, the two take the van to a hiking site. Now at this site, we literally see Zack and Trini. Not gonna lie, Becky G is a crazy pool. And if you want to know an even crazier pool, you can see that they have a Bella Danger as part of the Power Rangers. A Bella Danger the Ranger. Not gonna lie, that sounds kinda crazy. So Jason sees Kim who's jumping off the ledge and bro loses his mind. He panics trying to come to her safety, but she's literally fine. Then the two end up having a conversation about how bad their lives are. Kim says that she's ready to run away and Jason, out of nowhere, screams, let's go then. Oh my gosh, bro, holy airball. You do not have the badges to be shooting those kind of shots. Now later, everyone groups together and they start exploring the mines. They find all these fragments, but they have no idea what they are. And before they could put things together, mine security shows up. They all end up in the van running away from security when this train shows up and it's going full speed. Now Billy thinks that they can beat the train, so he goes full speed, only for them to get hit by the train. And the amount of accidents Jason alone has survived is insane. I don't know how he keeps doing it. So a bunch of crazy things starts happening to the group. First, the group spawns back in their beds on some type of Minecraft timing. Then we see that they all have super strength. Billy even manages to accidentally knock out his bully. Had the entire school clowning bro goof ass. They keep getting these weird power-ups, so the group decides to call a meeting. And they're just at lunch, casually having a convo while blowing up everyone's trays. Like, the fact that nobody bats an eye is crazy to me. The group decides to meet up at the trails, and everyone starts testing out their powers. They all start making these crazy jumps, out here moving like Spider-Man. But once Billy makes his jump, he makes the craziest mistake. Dude starts emoting and eventually falls hundreds of feet down below. And once the entire group jumps down after him, they end up in this cool but creepy place. They see this glowing light and all decide to go towards it, where they eventually end up at this cave. We see them doing a bit of exploring and they end up meeting Alpha 5. I'm not gonna lie, Alpha 5 is just Claptrap from Borderlands in my opinion. If you know, you know. So everyone gets to stand in on their spots and Zordon appears. He explains to the group that they're Power Rangers and that they must protect the crystal from Rita Repulsa. And man, Rita is a demon in this movie.
One of Satan's greatest soldiers.
So the Rangers start training for Rita, and we learn that these niggas are trash. They were getting cooked so bad that Zordon literally almost gave up coaching them. Claptrap over here realizes that the group needs some motivation, so he shows them their Zords, and this gets everyone's attention. Alpha 5 gets everyone back to training, and this nigga Zack starts tweaking. Bro literally steals his Zord and starts wilding. Like, he nearly crushed a car full of women before coming back to the cave and almost crushing his team. This right here had Jason heated. Bro started pressing Zack and all, and when Zack shrugged him off, bro punched him in the face, and then the two started squabbling. Billy gets in between the two and eventually gets his armor, and when they try to show Zordon, Billy can't transform anymore. This gets Zordon heated and bro starts talking crazy. He basically feels like he's wasting his time and the Rangers aren't ready, and if I gotta be honest, bro was not lying. Like I said before, Rita is a demon. We get to this jewelry store and we see that Rita is literally eating the jewelry like I can't right now. Shawty is sick. She starts creating her weapon out of gold and the police shows up. Then when the officer comes in, bro blows Rita back with a shotgun. Now I don't know who's gonna tell bro, but that don't work. Rita sends her putty at bro and then eventually blows up the jewelry store. Like bro, this woman literally spawned from hell. She even takes things a step further by showing up at Trini's house. And Shotty is literally here pressing a teenager. Trini was trying to fight back, but Rita wasn't letting that happen. Straight disrespecting Trini, throwing her across the room. And all I can think about right now is where is Trini's mom? Like did Trini's parents and siblings not hear any of this going on? So the Rangers meet up at the field and Trini tells them that Rita pulled up on her. And the first reaction these niggas had was to go press her. They literally had a vote on who wanted to body Rita. Like you're dumb. The Rangers end up pulling up on Rita, and I'ma just keep this short. This was one of the craziest squad wipings I've ever seen. I don't know why they thought this was a good idea. Shotty's putting straight belt that ass on them. After beating the Rangers senseless, she ties them up and starts pressing them over the crystal. It smelled like she here.
Oh, y'all smell like to me.
Billy ends up telling her that the crystal is at Krispy Kreme. Then immediately after he tells her this, she attempts to body him. Now the Rangers bring him back to Zordon and he eventually gets revived. But this should tell you that Rita is not no ordinary villain. This version of Rita is easily top 10 tweakers in fiction. So the Rangers realize that it's time to stand on business. They attempted morph after failing many times, and this time they were successful. And I just need y'all to see this pull-up game. Not gonna lie, they looking kinda tough. We see that Rita's about to go get the crystal, but before the Rangers could stop her, she sends her putties after them. But this was light work for the Rangers. Red and Blue get launched into this coordinated attack, taking out multiple putties. Then we see Pink also getting launched, taking out the next group. After beating down a final wave of putties, the Rangers emerge from the water looking clean as ever. I don't know how anyone can hate on this Ranger squad. They're low-key kinda nice. Like, I'm sorry, but before I watched this movie, I was not familiar with their game. I seen this movie with some of its bad reviews, and I assumed it was trash. But this group is mad underrated. After oral forming, the Rangers start squabbling with the putties. And I know y'all see Jason looking cold, throwing the oop to Zack. Now my dog Billy is over here having the time of his life. He's hitting all kinds of flips, throwing kicks, and comboing up. The Rangers continue squabbling, but the battle seems like a never-ending gauntlet, like in arcade mode in a fighting game. They aren't getting any type of breaks. In the middle of the fight, Zack gets a smart idea. He takes one down with him and goes to get his Zord. Thanks to that idea, he was able to clear up all the putty off the entire ledge. Now the Rangers are celebrating, thinking that they done the job, but Billy looks up and he realizes that they're cooked, because we look and see that Rita has Goldar by her side. Now there's only one way the Rangers can stop Rita. That one way is if they all get their Zords. So that's what they do, and now they're ready for the final battle. Kim pulls up blasting at Rita, but she literally manages to miss every shot. Like Kim, you're trash. Rita starts creating an army, and now the entire city is looking like the Avengers are fighting. Like we got putties dying, robots flying, and even bullies crying. That's a bar, by the way. So Rita finally finds Krispy Kreme, and Goldar appears grabbing the crystal. And man, this nigga is huge. I know bro out here looking like the Beast Titan from AOT. We see that Jason's dad is going around the city looking for him, but then he manages to get his car flipped and gets himself into trouble. I don't know what it is, but Jason's family has been in at least 3 major car accidents this entire movie. Like, how does this keep happening? So Jason starts sprinting to save his dad. He hits these two with a back kick and then a front kick. Then he parries, elbows, and head kicks before eventually making it to his dad and saving him. So Goldar is now digging through Krispy Kremes looking for the crystal, but Billy and Kim both come in for the save. Once Billy hits the ground, he sets off an attack, and that attack sends Rita back, Goldar flying, and destroys the rest of the putties. Now we get back to Rita, and I need y'all to hold on for a sec. Why they got Rita posing like hands? I'm sorry, Zafire, but at the end of the day, y'all know I'm a snow bunny merchant, like SGA with free throws. Y'all already know I need them snow bunnies. Shout out SGA though, my glorious MVP. Now once again, the Rangers are celebrating way too early, because Rita and Goldar are still going strong. Rita commands Goldar to attack, but the Rangers get in line and starts blasting. We see that things are not going the Rangers' way, because we see Goldar knocking the sense out of the Rangers. The struggle continues until Goldar starts playing fair. Like Goldar manages to create a fire from his palm and blasts it at the Rangers. This puts the Rangers in a literal life or death situation, because they literally can't breathe due to the heat. Now the Rangers are on 1 HP and they're trying to hold the line, but Goldar is way too overpowered. We then get this scene of the Rangers saying goodbye. Then they get pushed into the fire and start screaming, and Rita's over here enjoying it. She commands Goldar to get the crystal, but then out of nowhere we see an eruption of fire. Now it's hella smoke, so we can't see what's going on, but once the smoke clears, we get to see one of the coldest moments in the entire movie. We see that the Rangers Zord have combined, giving us the Megazord, and right here is where I said it was GG's for Rita. Whenever we see any Rangers in their Megazord state, we already know what time it is. Now Rita is not backing down. She joins Goldar to take take down the Rangers. And this ending is literally what you would call Battle of the Titans. The fight starts with Goldar taking a Megazord off his feet, but the Zord responds with a hook before getting hit back with one. Then the two start trading hooks, out here looking like Goku versus Vegeta. The Zord bro kicks the life out of Goldar, and this creates some spacing. Now Goldar pulls out a blade, but the Rangers have literally trained for this very moment. When Goldar goes for the slice, the Rangers slip, grabs, and then booms him. Then once they get up, they pull out two blades of their own. We see them stabbing Goldar in the chest and defeating him, but they're not in the clear yet because we see Rita emerging from Goldar and she's still tweaking. She starts ranting and going on about how she's worthy or whatever, but the Rangers don't have a care in the world. She tries launching at them, but gets hit with a backhand, and that slap literally sent her flying like one of those Smash Bros characters. With that, Rita's now frozen in space, and the Rangers take the W. Anyways, I appreciate y'all watching the vids. I really do love y'all, and I hope I see y'all ugly at next video. G-Way or no way. Peace.
We so proud of him. Did that shit again.